Desmond, how does traffic look ahead of the freeway right now, ahead of this pursuit, rather?
I think it's going to be fairly open here as I look out the window northbound on the 110. However, once we get up north of the 105, as we start to enter afternoon rush hour, especially on a Thursday.
What kind of car is that? Oh, it's a Dodge Charger.
Traffic. Of course, you know, the suspect could opt for the toll lanes and bypass quite a bit of that traffic. And if they do opt to do that, it's going to make things difficult for us
What's
as
up?
well. Of course,
It's been a minute, hasn't it?
105, and
We got ourselves a chase. We have a flag outside of this Dodge Charger, by the way, hanging from the sunroof. This does not feel like a chase that's going to end anytime soon if we got a flag waving out the sunroof here. Northbound 110, headed towards Downey Norwalk. All roads lead to Downey.
We haven't heard about really crazy speeds. Certainly not since we've gotten overhead. Just before we went to air, they were kind of zigging and zagging.
Let everyone get into the chat here for a second. What's up, everybody?
45, 50 miles an hour. So definitely on the slower side, which is, you know, at least the silver lining for the public at the moment.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome in.
They look to be awfully distracted. Lots of moving around.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like...
I don't know what flag that is. Is it Ghana?
Right now. And this is actually one of those rare instances where we do not have that pursuit.
No, it's the Ghana has a star. Ghana has a black star in the middle of it. I don't see a star there. Thank God we know flags here. It's probably Bolivia. Ethiopia? Someone said no, it's not Ethiopia.
So just hang with us here as we try to get a better angle on this one. The vehicle kind of hiding behind
yeah, we got to reach back for this one. It's almost forgot. It's been a minute. I'm getting out of my routine. As we head on the 110 northbound, Harbor Gateway, headed towards Downey Norwalk. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go chasing, everybody. Black Dodge Charger. 110 northbound freeway. It landed a little bit of rush hour traffic here in South Los Angeles. Lots of Dodge Chargers
involved in this
on the road today.
Kind of came out as a carjacking pursuit, and officers were in pursuit.
Desmond Shaw on the call. Eliana Moreno en route.
One of the drivers stopped. You had a couple people get out. We actually thought the chase was over because, you know, they
can't tell. Again, yeah, Ghana would have a black star. Might be Cameroon.
In that same area.
No, Lithuania is
different
colors.
They were chasing both of them at the same time. That's what we're still trying to figure out here. But regardless, this person has been all over the place.
I know there's so many countries with that style. Someone said Bolivia.
Vermont and like 60th Street, Vermont and Slauson, and then went down the 110, west on the 105, and actually went in and out of like right near LAX. You know,
Cameroon is vertical, not horizontal stripes, isn't it?
Even the police helicopter was having some
could be Mali.
Maneuvering north over LAX and had to turn back and come south.
We used to do flag tests. This is probably the most popular style of flag other than the United Kingdom.
The airship was able to stay with it, and so now that we came back down,
Bolivia is red, yellow, green, but it goes vertical.
On the 110 freeway
Bolivia.
Here. And again, yeah, that flag.
Well, as we figure that out, we're still in the HOV lane, northbound 110, on the verge of Downey Norwalk. Now up to 75 miles per hour in traffic here. Finally have ourselves a decent speed chase.
But that has not been the case. So we'll see if that changes. But for now, LAPD wants to keep this. They've got their helicopter over it, and they still have those 77th units behind it. I was looking at those police cars. They've got a big 12 on the roof, and that stands for
we got Eliana
77th Division.
Eliana, I think Eliana's a go.
This car in focus there with that flag.
See if we can get Eliana on.
Being flown out of the sunroof here. Do we know whether or not, Mike or Desmond, if you both know, whether this car is still
it's just,
this car, now that we're getting a good look there.
The camera is so much better. I love Eliana to death, but the view is just, camera is just such terrible quality.
Heard the words robbery, a 211 suspect is
we got hands out the window in the sunroof here.
And then they have for sure already run that license plate and know who the registered owner is at least. But it is possible that that is, you know, in addition to one of the wants.
I've got Eliana up, but I just...
Well, and I know that well, now it looks like they're
I can't, the camera quality is terrible, so I'm going to stick with Desmond Shaw and SkyCal here for a little bit.
That is supposed to represent if that's
I can't do her voice over the video. She's ahead by about 10 seconds. Got hands out the sunroof here. We have no intention of stopping this chase anytime soon. This feels like a advertisement chase. We are in a clout chase.
I have not been able to see that any other suspects in the vehicle and haven't heard
Up to Compton on the 110 northbound. That should put us east of like the 105. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on a second.
So this is what
Now, whoa! Another vehicle cut into the HOV lane in front of like 4 cops that's not involved in the chase at all.
These are those lanes that at rush hour can be awfully expensive, but can certainly get you around quite a few of the backups here, bottlenecks on this northbound 110. And so the suspect deciding that time is money and getting into the.
I'm going to make it a 3-star chase for the moment, as we're pretty standard here.
As we make our way through the
I don't think we have aggressive enough driving just yet to get us to 4. Pretty appropriate 3-star chase here. Thanks to everyone who's resubscribing to the channel. Sorry, I can't get to all your names here. I'm trying to pay attention. Going under the Imperial Highway. All right, so this is where the 105, the 110, every major freeway here in Los Angeles. 405 interchange will be coming up off that 105. Look how many different freeways there are for those of you that aren't from the LA area. This is why there's so much traffic. You got about 4 different freeways and about 15 lanes of interchanges, merges, you name it, right in 3:30 rush hour. I take the 405 to the 105 to get to the casino to play poker sometimes, and even at like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, that 405 interchange has traffic on it because it's one lane off the 405, dumping you into an equally busy freeway.
Of what we think, Amy, is
now, we have a little bit of an issue here as we're going to approach LAX airspace.
Inside the car, what we did see,
so that's why you're getting this around the side angle here. The good news is as long as they continue to go northbound through it, they'll be able to follow and pursue it. It's when they go onto side streets where it's going to get tricky. But as of now, we should be able to follow it 110 northbound, headed towards Downey Norwalk.
So it could be a towel, it could be a sarong, who knows what it is, but it's very unusual.
Oh, well, yeah. You have to pay. You have to pay pretty significant toll fees if you don't have the pass in the HOV lane. Still trying to figure out what that flag is.
Exactly, and that change of lanes into the express lane.
Senegal is. I thought Senegal had vertical red, yellow, and green.
It appeared that he was closing the sunroof as well, it almost seemed as though he was trying to pull the flag in, but we don't know. The sunroof is still open, but the windows have certainly gone up. And they are tinted. So
tinted Dodge Charger here, flag out top. Stop saying Ghana. We don't know. We can't see the black star. Don't we need it? Ghana has a black star in the middle of it.
Yeah, I would say about 40 minutes ago. And just for context for everyone, we are about 2 exits away from where this started.
I'm going to look it up.
So I'm very curious to see if he tries to.
Yeah, I need to see a black star before. Ghana is red, yellow, green, the way that is.
It's difficult for SkyCal because for people who don't know, the 110 right here is in what's called Bravo airspace.
Let's go Bolivia flag.
Along the 110.
What does Bolivia look like?
To get out of the airspace.
Bolivia.
So if he gets off the freeway here.
Okay, Bolivia's the same thing, but
I'm just curious to see that if he gets off where the
Bolivia has a logo in the middle too. It's red, yellow, green.
He has returned to the city.
We can't see the logos. It's either it could be Ghana, it could be Bolivia.
Going up and down, north and south.
Let's try Guinea.
Until he finally stayed on the 110.
Guinea is vertical stripes.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Mali?
Maybe that's home. Maybe
Mali's vertical.
That's always.
It could be one of those 2 countries and the logo just like ripped off or something.
About exactly what he's going to do.
Yeah, a lot of times we know that they do stick to an area that they were very familiar with. You wonder sometimes if they are trying to set things up so that they can, run into a home or try to get help from someone. Of course, we can see this cruiser is close behind and this driver still refusing to pull over. This person may have been involved in a robbery. We do know that there were at least 2 cars involved at one point.
Yeah, that's what it was a little conflicting right at the beginning.
Regardless, we don't know what the flag is, but we know what it is a Dodge Charger, and we know where they're at.
Because when we were initially listening to this, we did hear one of the cars pull over and people got out of the car. Now, it's of course possible that they were just passengers in this car and this has all been the same car, but that's a little bit conflicting what we're trying to sort out right now. But we do know that this car continued on from wherever the other people got out of the car and officers were trying to detain them in that South LA area. And, as we're talking, we're basically passing where this whole thing started right now on Slauson. So, again,
so we're doing a full loop. We have ourselves a clout chase. People that have no intention of pulling over.
They're not really going higher than freeway speed limits.
And Mike, talking about
trying to make a scene.
Flight restriction, when does it open up once again? You said we have to keep going north, we can't hover, we can't stay in the area, and that's
Right.
because what of the LAX flight path?
So
right?
it's the LAX flight path and the police helicopter. So when basically
We're live on
to
Sky
be
Fox
under the
11.
aircraft
Is
that are
that
coming
Stu?
to LAX, we have to be at a much lower altitude.
Hold on, I
And
wanna
with
hear
the
if this is
police
Stu.
helicopter under us, obviously, everyone gets kind of squished
Yeah.
together.
Okay, that's not Stu. They're calling it from the studio, and we're live on Sky
Around
Fox right now.
USC, which we're actually coming up on here pretty quickly. So
Okay,
as long as he continues
interchange
north
here,
and
110
makes it
and-
through the north end of the Bravo, then we should be free to kind of move around. This would be the first time that
All
he's
right,
coming this far north.
I think we got a better camera angle here with Eliana. I'm going to try and make a switch here, folks. Stand by.
Correct, yeah. For
Stand
example,
by.
the police helicopter that's on this right now is at about 500 feet, it looks
Prior to
like,
that,
and
we
Sky
did
Cal's at
follow him,
900.
for a good 10 minutes, and of course the following is what comes before a pursuit when officers are just getting into place to try to pull the vehicle over.
Now on the call,
But
Eliana
I
Moreno
initially
in
heard this as two
Sky
vehicles
4,
that were
NBC
being
4.
followed, on the 110 freeway in those express lanes, and both were wanted in connection.
Great, drop
with
your
that
Elianas
Grand
in the
Theft Auto.
chat.
So at this point, it's unclear
We have,
exactly
Sky
what
Cal
happened, that
and
led,
Fox's
officers to
backups
chase
in
both of
case this
these
goes
cars.
down.
It's unclear where the other car is.
Eliana
at this
Moreno,
point,
ladies and
but
gentlemen,
again,
calling for
I
Telemundo
heard that
NBC
at least one
4.
person
Grand Theft Auto
jumped out of
suspect
this
still
vehicle
110
before it
northbound.
became a pursuit, and whoever's behind the wheel decided he wasn't stopping or trying to run away on foot, so he continued the chase, and that's where we find ourselves now here on the northbound side of the 110 freeway. I'm going to widen out the shot because it looks like we're getting a little bit more traffic, but we're right next to the new soccer stadium for the Los Angeles Football Club, so we're just east of that right now, so he's going to be coming up to USC and the Coliseum here in just a moment as well.
And we do hope that he doesn't exit the freeway because we know around that particular area there's a lot of foot traffic as well, along with vehicles, right? At this time of the hour, this time of the day rather, there's a lot of.
This might be a long one,
getting out of
folks.
school, and of course, that's a huge.
This might be a long one.
Oh, absolutely, and with the USC being right here, all of these streets are
Still
always
110
super busy.
northbound
So
in
I
traffic.
always
As long as we're on the
personally
freeway, this
prefer
ain't
to be
stopping.
on the
We've seen
freeway.
some
We're gonna
crazy
have
shit,
one
but
at
that
all
usually
because
occurs
it
as
does
we
take the fast
come
road
through
pedestrians out of
the
equation.
gates there,
Look at this, he just crossed over
swerving
the point
through
there.
the
He went from the express lanes over
express
to,
lane
the
back
regular
into
lanes,
traffic.
and that might not be the right choice for him. The traffic in the regular lanes is highly congested, so we'll see if he regrets his decision and tries to move back over. But at this point, they become elevated, so there's really no chance that he's going to be able to get in those lanes anytime soon here. But he may try to ride the shoulder until he gets to a portion of the freeway that's a little bit more open.
Okay, and another concern here is
God,
that
it's
he
been
might
like 2
become a
weeks
little
since
bit
we've
more
had to chase
aggressive
people, hasn't it?
And just start hitting some of the vehicles that are potentially in
At least
his
2
way.
weeks.
Absolutely. You don't want this person to get desperate, because when they get desperate, that's when they get really dangerous. And we're starting to see a little bit of that desperation here, as he doesn't want to wait in
I wouldn't
traffic,
consider
so
this
he's
dangerous
riding
just
the,
yet. I would
emergency
say
lane there, the
we
center
are
divider.
skipping
That's always
traffic,
concerning
but dangerous
because
would
if
be
somebody's
running over
broken
things,
down, that's
swerving
where
in
you would
front of
be.
actual
And to
traffic,
have a
not
car
through
come at
gates,
you at
but
these
3-star
speeds,
chase
it
at the
could make
moment
for a
still.
very dangerous situation. So he's pretty much just
Hard to
leaving
blend
it
in,
in
but
traffic
oh,
right
the
now.
Dodge
Just
Charger, as we
under
know,
the,
has a
Adams Avenue
pretty
exit
decent
there.
torque to it.
We're coming around here just on
Really
the other side of that building, so he should
low
pop out here in
profile
just a
rubber.
moment. He's not incredibly difficult to spot though. because
Grand
he's
Theft Auto
got,
suspect,
what looks to
stolen
be a flag
vehicle.
to
I don't know if that
that
flag
is,
belongs to
continuing,
the
stick out
thieves
the,
or
sunroof there.
was in there originally, but
Okay,
we do
and so
have
now
what is
as he
believed to be
passes the
either a
Adams
Ghana
exit,
or
there we see
Bolivia
a car on the
flag
shoulder as
coming
well.
out the roof, depending on what
I'm
the
sure a
logo
lot of
is in
those
the middle.
drivers are just so concerned seeing what is going on around them.
Missed you guys too.
Any possibility,
Good to have you
I mean,
back.
he keeps going towards like the
An
middle
actual
of the
chase that's
highway,
lasted more
which
than
leads me to
5
assume
minutes
that
for
he's not
once.
trying
We're on
to exit,
14 minutes in for those of you
but
just joining
you never
us.
know.
Yeah, at this point, I haven't really seen him make any attempt to exit, but he does seem to be familiar with the 110 freeway at least, because when we first heard about this one, before it became a pursuit.
There you
he
go,
was on
Sean.
the 110
You complain
freeway,
about the
and
ads, you
during
sub,
most
and
of
the
his
ads go
pursuits,
away.
he's been on
It's
the
pretty
110
simple.
freeway. For a time, he was on the 105, making his way all the way over towards the LAX area before.
Thanks to everyone who's
essentially,
Dodge Charger fan
turning around.
98,
He went,
half a year,
south on
half
the
a
105
year,
the
yeah, 6
405
months in
from there,
running.
rather, went south on the 405
Appreciate you coming back.
through the South Bay curve and got
Passport
back
in the
on
mail to
110,
Antarctica Nation.
and that's where we find ourselves now. So he's
Getting off here
essentially
or
coming up here
interchange?
to the 10 freeway.
Okay,
on the
110
So this
to
will
the
give him
10.
a couple options. He should have the opportunity to get on the 10 east or west from here.
If you want the chase to... Oh, that's a westbound change.
The interchange here to see what direction he goes.
That should be westbound.
The way that he's positioned himself is going to put him onto the 10 west. Thank you, Jim. Jim.
Okay.
Here at the controls of News Shop Report,
so the 110 goes north-south, and then that 10, I've taken that interchange more times than I can count. Whoa! Whoa! Almost hit the median there on a swerve. Maybe we are not 10. Maybe, what was that, like...
Again, 10 freeway at the 110.
Such a scary situation, and luckily
okay, 10 westbound will send them to the ocean. Where we're at with the 110 freeway right now, there's going to be pretty decent traffic there coming from downtown. I would suspect it's going to take him about 30 minutes for the 10 just to end. So we have about 30 minutes of highway time before he needs to make another decision. Along the way on the 10 here, there will be the big 405 interchange. He can go north or south there. Go southbound, that'll start to take him back to where the chase originated, down by the 105 and the 110 Harbor Freeway.
You get a lot of congestion headed west, but since we're approaching those,
especially coming from downtown going westbound at 3:41 p.m.
It's actually going to be on the opposite side of the freeway, on the eastbound side.
That's going to be. I expect some pretty. I can actually look it up right now.
Kind to him. Probably till around the time he gets closer to that 405. So we'll see if he stays on this
Eliana's right.
He exits and starts taking surface streets to make his way back towards the South LA area. But when he was on that transition there, just a minute
see that
ago,
green line? The 10 is busy going the other way, but where he's at right now, pretty decent green free-flowing traffic.
No front passenger. Now, that doesn't mean
all the way to the 405, but look what happens at the 405. Dark red. Dark red traffic. So we're gonna get there pretty quickly. Within 10 minutes, we're gonna get to the 405 interchange.
T-shirt, and he looked relatively calm, all things considered. Even though
of course there's no traffic. It's the one freeway that's got no traffic. Every time there's a police chase, there's no fucking traffic in the most traffic city in the world.
All right, and we see that he's traveling around, in the 60+ mile per hour.
Hard ahead, Doggo 21. Appreciate you. Welcome in, welcome back.
Again, this vehicle, the person who's driving this vehicle, the want here is Grand Theft Auto. And again, it started maybe now about 35 minutes ago or so, this pursuit that we've been following.
That's correct. And we first heard about it on the 110 freeway express lanes, and at the time, LAPD was saying that there were 2 cars involved in that Grand Theft Auto, and this is one of them. I did hear that when the vehicle exited off the 110 freeway at Gage, I want to say, one of the passengers did jump out, and then the driver continued.
Ooh, a little ejectocito before the stream started. Interesting. Okay.
Passenger into custody. So in all likelihood, they know who this person is that's driving because they've had an opportunity to talk to his buddy that was in the car. And so they should have at least a little information about this person. Of course,
yeah, you would suspect if it's a Grand Theft Auto suspect. Stolen car wasn't the flag in the car, but why would they be putting it out the top and representing it? Did they bring it with them when they stole the car, and now they're just using this as advertising for either Bolivia or Ghana?
On the westbound side of the 10, approaching Crenshaw Boulevard, and of course the 10 will.
People keep saying it's an old Ethiopian flag.
But before we get there, we will cross over the 405 freeway, and of course there's a bunch of exits along the way.
Why does every flag look like this? It's so annoying.
Try to exit, and hopefully he just exits, and that'll be the end of it. But for now, LAPD continuing to chase him here at relatively calm speeds, all things considered.
Yeah, it could be an old Ethiopian flag too. There's so many versions of it.
So that, of course, is
the Ethiopian flag has a lion in it, though.
That is unfortunate, but fortunate in the sense that there aren't too many drivers who he's putting at risk there.
Yeah, and it's a good thing his speeds are relatively calm. I mean, oftentimes some of these pursuits, especially with a vehicle like this, we know it can go
old Ethiopian flag
than 60 miles an hour. But he's
honestly, it could be 3 different flags. We don't know. This is like the most popular color
calm.
combination out there.
That opportunity to actually look at the man, and you wouldn't know he was being pursued by police. He's just so nonchalant about it as he continues here in this vehicle pursuit that again started roughly about 35 minutes ago at this point. And as I went out the shot, I just want to see if any more units of the LAPD have joined in, but I'm still counting roughly about half a dozen, and in addition to the LAPD airship overhead.
But you're absolutely right. I mean,
it could be the flag of the Dodge Charger.
Following the rules.
Is there a
here.
ram in the middle of it?
He's not really going off on the shoulder anymore.
I
We
mean,
did see a little
there's
bit
a reason
of
why
reckless
they stole
driving,
this Dodge Charger. They could have
on
stole
the
any other brand of
freeway
car, but every time they
as
steal a
he was
Dodge
trying to
Charger.
get onto the 10 freeway, but now he seems to be following the rules, keeping the speeds.
Still 3-star chase because we're
relatively low,
engaged.
considering
2-star
that
chase would be
that the
tracking
freeway
mode.
is fairly open at this hour.
Yeah, he really could be going a lot faster if he wanted to, but he's even going below freeway speeds.
Yeah.
So at this point, it's unclear what the thought process is behind that.
City of Downey.
Perhaps he's low on fuel
We
if
should
he's
get
going
Downey a
inside,
flag.
So he doesn't want to
It should
push
be
the cars
it
too
should be a
much
fur missile.
and burn the fuel that he has, because again, we don't know how much he started off with. This pursuit has already been
Thank
going
you.
for a good 30
It me
minutes.
Mikey says, chat, you better
But,
sub within the
he
next
really
couple
could,
minutes. You're going to be
be
hit
a
with the
lot
big
more
ads.
dangerous than
And
he
every
is,
time the
and so
ads
we're
come
grateful
up,
that he's
guess what
not,
happens?
he
That's
pretty
when the
much
chase
is
takes
staying,
off, and you're going to
in
miss
one
it.
lane
Ask,
here where
people that have
there
been
isn't
burned
any
by it in the
traffic.
past. There's only
It's
one
just
way
in
to
those
solve it.
moments where there is congestion in
It is
front
the
of
most
him that
stolen
he
car
does
in Los
seem to
Angeles,
grow
the
a
Dodge
little bit
Charger.
more
That's why it's
desperate,
always
and that's when
it's
we saw him
always
riding on
the
the
car
center
that we
divider
have
and also, driving
in
on
these
the right
chases.
shoulder. But as long as he's got a clear road ahead of him, it looks like this is going to be relatively calm, at least for the time being.
Okay, and Eliana, what area is he nearby right now?
So we just passed, so it looks like we're actually coming up to the Kaiser Hospital here. That's just on the north side of the 10 freeway. So that's going to be the nearest landmark. But the nearest exit is going to be La Cienega. So Kaiser Cadillac was the hospital there that I was referring to. So that's the big hospital there just on the north side of the 10 freeway. But essentially the 10 freeway at La Cienega.
Whole 45 in Norway right now?
Drive on the eastbound
Damn.
side of the freeway, which are the cars
Or
that
as
are
you call,
headed,
do you call it
on the lower end of the
0045?
screen. Those cars are obviously.
When you do
in
military
much heavier
time, how do you say
traffic than what this
12:45
driver is
a.m.?
experiencing going west.
0045?
But again,
Or just
near
45?
the 405, that's typically where we start to
Americans
see
do
a
everything
little bit
different.
more
It's so
congestion
weird.
at this time
We
of
do
the day.
Fahrenheit
So,
instead of Celsius,
until he
and we
gets to
do
that point,
our
it
own
looks like
time.
It's going to be smooth sailing. That, of course, will also be his chance if he wants to get on that 405.
405
and go
interchange
south,
coming up here as we
the way he
just on
has
the
been
10-minute
before,
mark.
then that'll be his opportunity. And he has been on that 405 south before. He rode it all the way down.
So he's doing
to, the
circles.
110
405 will
freeway
take him
before
back
hopping on
down.
that 110.
You could do a
But here's
continuous
another look
loop
at
here in
that
LA.
driver. Again,
10 westbound,
appears to be very
405
calm.
southbound, 105 eastbound, 110 northbound.
Chain around his
Will be a
neck, he's got
circle.
a watch, he's on his phone
And that's
with the
we've
other
hit
hand.
3 of those so far.
Very calm. That one
045.
possible flag there appears to that like he tied it
045.
to the sunroof somehow. So that's what's holding
Got it.
that down.
Thank
and
you,
his
chat.
hands are free to continue to text and drive here on the westbound 10.
Oh, okay. Ooh, I
Ooh.
did see him make some type of movement. I don't
Look
know
at
if
him.
he
He's got
tried to
the.
grab that flag or
It's like he's
not.
trying to spread the flag to make sure it's
I'm not sure what he's doing there, but we did see a little
to
bit
make
of
it
jump.
more visible,
You know,
right?
so typically,
He's definitely flaunting
this
it.
vehicle will be very easy
This person
to
is
spot.
definitely
I don't know if he
flaunting that
intentionally
flag.
tried to put that flag there or not, but this is a vehicle that's very easy to spot and very helpful to the officers that are pursuing this chase.
Yeah, and very helpful even to me running the camera, because it's easy to spot that flag or cloth coming out of this vehicle here. But he did just try to kind of move it around here for just a
No,
moment.
that flag is not
Of
Bolivian.
course,
It belongs
it's
to the
unclear if
city
he's
of
also doing
Downey.
any sort of hand gesture, so I want to be careful when that
Beautiful
does
Dodge
happen.
Charger here, repping
But
the city of
speed's
Downey.
Still relatively calm, about 50 miles an hour here on the westbound side of the 10 freeway. I'll widen out the shot. I just want to give you what the closest proximity
Nope,
is here.
sorry,
to the nearest
Blazer.
officer.
That is
So
not a
he's
Mercedes,
right on
it's
his
Dodge
tail,
Charger,
really not
actually.
giving him too much,
We've confirmed
in
that
the
with the
way
Grand
of
Theft
room.
Auto suspect.
But it's obvious to this guy that he is being pursued, no doubt about it. He can clearly see those units behind him as he comes up to the National Boulevard exit, and coming up next will be Overland. So we're getting that much closer to the 405. So if he has any intention of getting on that 405, he has to move all the way to the right. Again, that's going to give him a chance to go either 405 north, which he has not been on the 405 north, or 405 south like he was before. But for now, he's sticking to that
And
middle
now-
lane, so he may be staying on the 10.
Right, but so now if he does stay on the 10, then the freeway will be ending soon, and then he will be on surface streets, and that's a major concern.
Yeah, that's exactly right. If he continues on the 10, then that will dead end in Santa Monica. And that is a very busy area with pedestrians, so we really hope that doesn't happen. But if,
I have a feeling we're going to be staying on the freeways here.
Things are pretty much as safe
This
as they
feels
can
like
be.
he's
doesn't
gonna
have
go
any
until the gas
cross-traffic,
runs
no
out.
pedestrians. He's keeping
I can't
his
believe how
speeds
open the 10
relatively
freeway is
low.
right now.
So
It's
this
never
really has
this
been,
open.
Really the best outcome in terms of this pursuit, especially such a lengthy pursuit at that. Already looking
Nope,
at about
Blonded
40,
Saint says that's a
50 minutes
Mercedes
now.
badge. That's a Ram. You think it's the little
looks like,
Mercedes
he's setting up
peace
for the
sign thing?
405, and
He's in the
by
405
time
interchange
you can see
lane.
the
That's a Dodge Charger.
Congestion on the 405. He says the 405 north is very jammed. So we'll see if he goes that way. But
You do not want to get
if I
on.
had to guess, I'd say he's going to
Let's look at the
405
405.
south, if anything, because he was on the 405 south once before. But
Yeah,
looking
I mean,
at
it's
that,
dark
because I have
red.
that portion of
Dark
the freeway out
red.
my window, I can see that the 405 south is also heavily impacted between here and LAX. So
Red
we'll
line.
what
You see
he
that
does.
giant
But
red
now
line?
He is set up to go either 405
If he goes 405 southbound,
Okay,
it is
Eliana,
bumper to
and we know that
bumper.
You will be staying on top of this. We are going to stop our coverage.
No, you're not.
Here on streaming, but of course we will bring you the latest on the NBC4 News at 4 with Carolyn Johnson and Michael Brown.
You're not going to
So
do
stay
that.
tuned
You're not
for
going to
that.
leave us,
Thank you very
deprive
much,
us of
Eliana.
Eliana. Don't do it. I'm going to switch and I won't come back. This is why NBC, we got LeBron with the 07 Cavs because you don't put her in a position to succeed. And now I got to switch back to another network. See what I mean? NBC really lets Eliana down.
I
All right,
suspect
back
that
to,
there may have been
K-Count.
a spike strip attempt, or they would have been ready for it had the suspect continued. Suspect saw that, got over into the main.
Eliana's got to be steaming up in that chopper.
Yeah, and Des, just really quickly,
Got
I have to
Jamario
listen to
Moon
the
and
CHP
Booby
radio.
Gibson
CHP has been
with the
advised,
LeBron
but,
of police chase
you know,
coverage.
they're not involved. LAPD, not that I've heard, has not requested their help. And
How could you leave this chase? How could you leave this chase? Every news network is over it. What else do you have to go
They
to?
don't share, and that's understandable.
She's gotta
because
hold out.
Each department has
She's gotta
different
force-
pursuit
yeah,
policies,
she's gotta
different
go full
tactics, and
Damian
they just
Lillard
wanna make
here.
sure they can control the whole thing.
She needs to go in front of a camera and say, "I'll never work with general manager ever again."
Kind of a different light bar on top. I think the lights are on. I think they are still rolling what's called Code 3.
I don't think
you can
we
see
missed
those
a spike
brake
strip
lights
attempt.
too
I've
right
been
on top.
watching
So they do
it.
still have their lights and sirens on. And this is still a full-blown pursuit as we kind of approach the 405, or check past the 405 now, right, Des?
Yeah, we are past the 405 and getting into the city of Santa Monica. And by the way, I did take that opportunity when
Right?
they made the
How is
transition
the
to
10
westbound.
so
We were able to
open?
see very clearly into
I
the
just saw my
passenger
first
side.
car on
You
the
can see
10 at
there
3:52
was no one
p.m.
in the front passenger seat. So unless there's someone in the back, and we can't see through that rear glass, unless there's someone in the back, then it's just the driver in the vehicle. And they've closed the sunroof, and you can see kind of like
He's exiting, right?
they really wanted this.
We getting off right
They
now?
really wanted this flag or banner or whatever to be sticking out. Of the
This
window.
looks like,
Here we go. We are getting off the freeway.
Oh,
now.
we're on
And
surface
now
streets.
Busy West LA traffic, and we'll see what
We're getting off on Pico.
What kind of tack they want to take for this as we get on to.
Let's go.
Looks like
All right, action time. Here we go. Now we open up to things like pit maneuvers, spike
Like
strips.
this, once it gets off the freeway, it does become
Potential
more
Paul Walker
dangerous. So
challenge.
Pedestrians out there, people at intersections.
Whoa!
I'm looking at it right now, going through this intersection, very aggressive.
Getting back on the 10 eastbound, I would think.
And
Going back the other way, but this is where the traffic is. This way has the traffic. So we got off, did a quick U-turn, hard left turn. That could have been a chance to pit maneuver if there are no oncoming cars in a green with a green light. But remember, those vehicles, those CHP pursuers, have to be pit certified. You can't just pit.
He
Unless you're
sometimes
approved.
doesn't even have his hand on the wheel. I'm wondering if he's on the phone. I thought that.
Okay,
earlier, but
now we're going to get a little bit
looks like
more
he's having a
aggressive with this driving because he has
conversation
shown
with
that he
somebody
does not
there.
like
It looks very
to
agitated,
hang out
with
in the
his
middle
hand
of
movements and
traffic.
stuff like that.
So the HOV lane here is going to be packed. There is no shoulder. This is the most brutal part of the 10 between the 405 and downtown.
To me when we were able to look in the window.
Well, and it looks like if he stays in this lane, Mike, while I was changing, of course, he would have been heading 405 northbound, heading in our direction, but he may be heading south now towards Long Beach. If he does continue this way, I'm guessing no matter what he chooses here is going to be a bad decision because look how much traffic is on the freeway at this hour.
Yeah. I mean, this is one of the heaviest drives in LA, the eastbound 10.
There's might not be a worse road in Los Angeles other than the 405 before the Sepulveda Pass.
Suspect was, I have no idea
This
what
is
they
the
were trying to
busiest part.
accomplish.
Look at all these
They're
interchanges
doubling
here.
back on the 10. I mean, there isn't really
Whoa, 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 whoa,
a
whoa, whoa.
serious attempt to get
We're
away
boxed in
from the
here.
authorities. So, I mean,
That silver Dodge Charger does not want to get out of the way.
Driving in the center divider, and
Now we're picking up speed here in the shoulder. What do we pick up in the shoulder, people? You've done this before. You know, shoulder's dangerous for a majority of reasons. We know there's a median right there, but there's also a ton of debris. Things like nails, glass, get picked up by these low-profile Dodge Charger tires.
And now, intentionally getting into traffic. I'm sure when they were headed westbound, they saw all of the nasty eastbound traffic, going the opposite direction. And now that suspect has put themselves right into this.
That is not, especially on the 10, that's where they sweep all the roadkill, things that fall off the back of trucks. You're driving over that right now.
Driving the center divider the entire time. But here you go, LAPD right behind them, 20, 30 miles an hour. They are sticking with this vehicle here as we squeeze through the 405 and slow ride back towards downtown.
Is that the carpool lane or is that the shoulder?
It's just a shoulder. There's no carpool lanes, much to folks' chagrin. There's no carpool lanes on the Santa Monica freeway. The entire stretch from downtown through Santa Monica.
All right, well, that's good to know. And it's a good reminder too, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And as Desmond was mentioning, this driver not going too fast, but just continuing this pursuit at this hour here. And just not too long ago, we did find out that it's wanted for a robbery, grand theft. So that car you're
the want, guys, is robbery, grand theft.
Not too long
Those
ago,
of you asking in the chat.
It looked like could be a weapon being tossed from the car when this driver was on the 110 freeway for a little bit of time. He headed westbound on the 10 freeway into Santa Monica, and of course, he decided to get off and head back west in Santa Monica. Eventually, staying there right now and. If he would have stayed on the eastbound 10, he would have ended up in the city of Santa Monica, which, of course, lots of traffic there on a day like today. But right now, just keeping police in pursuit of this suspect.
He's driving a Dodge Charger, but the flag is for the city of Downey.
He's just kind of moving around a little bit.
All roads lead to Downey.
And whether or not he's on the phone with police, with investigators, with a family member, maybe to stop this pursuit, we don't know. But it looks like there's just one person in this car, and this pursuit continues.
Yes, it's been going on for a little over an hour now. Des up in SkyCal giving us a closer look at this person again.
1 hour and running on the chase. You got to wonder how much gas is left in that Dodge Charger.
It's hard to see what is, or if anyone else is in that car, but we were able to see. Oh, they're. The way they for them a little bit.
Aggressive driving as we split the defenders there into the opposite shoulder. Now we do not like traffic. Picking up speed, thinking that we can leave the CHP in the dust. That is a really thin shoulder.
Not really doing a lot of aggressive lane changes or turns, but every now and again we notice that he does pick things up a little bit, gets a little more aggressive. And just so much traffic on this stretch of roadway right here. Had the chance to get off, but got right back on and almost seemed to drive into the high traffic areas at this point. But we're watching as perhaps he's going to get off again. Or watching.
Well, there was a chance right there, yeah.
Could have gotten off. Nope. But those CHP vehicles are not getting left in the dust. They are right behind.
What you're watching here as we continue following this pursuit.
Fox just went to commercial. Can you believe it? What is going on?
10 freeway
oh, who's a good boy, Skip?
Suspect wanted for the robbery of that Mercedes. We believe it is an E-Class. We have Mike Rogers at the desk. We have Desmond Shaw up in SkyCal watching this all unfold. And as you can see here, the driver hitting a lot heavier traffic, and right behind him, the LAPD.
And as we did mention, this person again mentioned that they were wanted for robbery. At one point, we did see this person throw something out of the sunroof. It did appear like there it is right here on the right side of your screen. Watch closely. The hand goes up, and it does appear that it could be a weapon that they threw. Something, certainly a dark, heavy object that went quite some distance. But that has really been
Police
the majority of the activity
tow.
that we've seen from this car. Again, this has been going on a little over an hour now. Robbery and grand theft auto suspect that police have been following most of the time on the freeways, the 110 now on the 10, but has really been avoiding the surface streets, which we know can be more dangerous, but it also gives officers an opportunity to put out spike strips or do a pit maneuver. Looks like they've just
stopping in the middle of the freeway.
Cars are also stopped. Doors opening. And,
what?
Let's see if he's going to stay stopped. No, looks like still going there.
Yeah.
Well, that's new. He hasn't done that before.
No.
First time they've stopped in the traffic here, everyone. That's the first time we've seen LAPD with their doors open at one point or another. You know, this. If they would have handed this off to CHP and CHP would have taken it, I feel like CHP would have probably done a pit maneuver on the freeway at this point. We have seen it a couple of times in rush hour traffic, and you know, even though look at how much wide open kind of roadway there is here.
I don't know if that was a gun, people.
At some point. Yeah, it really, could be a good opportunity for that, but it's not going to be this unit that is in front. And I don't think LAPD would do it anyway. But you can see there's no push bar on the front of that cruiser right there, which is what they pretty much always have if they're, going to attempt something like that, so that they don't, cause a lot of damage to their own vehicle. But yeah, kind of weird there. Coming to a stop there just for a moment, but here now the window down again, and look at this guy. It almost seems like out the window.
What was that?
I couldn't tell what that. It might have almost just looked like a plastic wrapper or something.
He's littering. That's a book.
I think that looks like a Thomas guide. Wow.
What?
As well.
What are you throwing out the window?
It looked to me like a Thomas guide.
It looks like a map.
Reviewers probably have no idea what those
Just throw a book out the window.
Reaching over to the side of the car, trying to find what we don't know there.
He's just looking for things to throw out the window like in Mario Kart, looking for bananas to drop behind him to get second place to spin out. Why is he throwing banana peels?
And he's reaching into the back seat.
This is Mario Kart. He's looking for a green shell. You put your hands on the wheel. What are you doing? He's out of the seat completely.
Wow. Totally.
He wasn't even in the seat.
Totally insanely distracted. I mean, we all live in LA and we see distracted drivers every day, but this is a very extreme case, even at low speed.
His whole body was out of the seat in the middle of this type of traffic.
Something else in their hand here. But whatever that was, they saw it.
Another book.
Like it, they ripped it up and threw it out the window. So I don't know if this driver having some sort of mental breakdown, but it looks like another book or something. But just,
it's like a driver's manual or a guide.
This isn't even his car. Right, so the things that are in this probably aren't his either.
Exactly.
So he's rifling through someone else's stuff, and then presumably, and then who knows what he's looking for? Maybe he's looking for something that's going to help him with this. I don't know what, but it was kind of weird. Yeah, he threw it out, and and this likely isn't even his things.
Yeah, and fortunately, traffic is slow enough that he was able to reach back into the car like that, and we're going to
watch it. Right here, he's throwing things outside the car.
He's still swerving.
He's fumbling around. It looks like he's going through his back pockets here for a second, going through that either manual or his.
This was nuts.
Michelle was saying a map book, Thomas Guide, which was used for many years here in Southern California to get around. And as we kept watching this, it was so amazing, Amy. Look at this. You can almost see, the back of his pants as he tries getting something in the back seat. I thought he was really going to go into the back seat here just a moment ago, but.
Okay, still going here, folks. 37 minutes into this chase, 3 stars. We are now approaching the La Cienega exit on the 10. Doesn't get any more popular than this. You haven't got your merch, by the way. It's on the screen here, birdsintheair.com. We got shirts, sweatshirts, you name it. A lot of happy customers. Appreciate y'all's support as always. Best way to support the stream is to subscribe to the channel, follow the account, birdsintheair.com. Any of the above, as always. No pit opportunity here. Not going fast enough, and too many innocent vehicles.
Speed a bit here. Doesn't appear that he's looking for anything else right now, but focusing a little more on the road. But that was definitely
littering and
on these pursuits.
Smoking the reefer.
Indeed, we don't. And again, what's it going to be like when this does?
Ant says, wearing my Ejectocito shirt right now. Appreciate you, Ant.
A suspect who
you as well,
J.A.K.
Tron.
Police
Jack
obviously
Tron.
watching this unfold with us as well. Planning ahead is how they're going to treat this situation. Hopefully
spike strips are going to be difficult to pull off.
This pursuit doesn't stop on the freeway. It'd be great if he does get off and pull off.
Maybe possible.
So that people who want to go home can continue to go home. But if he stops, they're going to have to get him into custody, make sure he's not armed, make sure he's in handcuffs, put him in the car before they tow away this stolen Mercedes. So hopefully that's not going to be the case, and that they will be able to bring this pursuit to an end off the freeway. But I don't know. I mean, look at the traffic.
Jack wants to know how close are we to getting back into LAX airspace. We don't have to worry about that. One, because we're headed eastbound. LAX is on the west side. And two,
where you're heading. He headed back into the downtown.
he'd have to get on the 110
Now
southbound.
he's on the 10 freeway.
Compton,
right on Fairfax Avenue.
Gardena.
So again, that's an area.
That type of
slows down
area
quite a
is where
bit,
we're going to run into
as well.
LAX
So unless he
airspace
gets
problems.
off-
Whoa, hard
He
acceleration.
could be possibly getting off the freeway.
Splitting
he's
the
gonna be
defenders
stuck in a
there.
lot of heavy
Getting
traffic.
onto the
He's gonna
little
be
median there
defending
between
these,
the merging and the on-ramp,
lanes here, these medians,
using any open space he can utilize
side of the road here,
to get through
He
traffic.
wants to get away, but at times speeds. Look at this, 10 miles an hour. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah, don't
But
listen.
the
The
LAPD
reporters,
right behind
the
him there,
reporters,
as Mike was
unfortunately, just
saying,
don't know
This could
cars.
have been turned over to the California Highway Patrol. The LAPD wants it. They're going to continue on this pursuit, and without a push bar in front of that vehicle, the
Yes,
LAPD
Dodge
vehicle
Charger
is gonna be
AMG
one of
is
those
the
pursuits where
version
he's
of it, I
just going to
believe.
have to pull over, stop, and give himself up to police. But again, we're not seeing that right now.
No, and there's just too many other cars out there for them to attempt a pit maneuver unless they have a nice open gap there, and too many cars on the road to put down a spike strip. So this driver's going to have to either get off of the freeway, or officers are going to have to really block off some traffic to open things up so that they could actually attempt a pit maneuver. We don't see it often, but it does sometimes happen. I remember seeing it on the 101 on Pursuit not too long ago, but this is really going to keep police very busy, as they just have to follow this driver until they can get him to either pull over or get some space there between those other drivers to put out a spike strip. And Desmond, a lot of traffic out there this afternoon, certainly keeping this at a slow pursuit, not even going 20 miles per hour at this point.
Well, absolutely, and it's going to be this way all the way through the East LA interchange, and it just makes me wonder if the suspect is just kind of running out the clock, so to speak, on this, trying to drag this out as long as possible. You know, the other thing is that whatever that is sticking out, if it's a flag or a banner or whatever, is sticks out like a sore thumb. It's very easy to spot this car.
Right, it's gonna be tough to blend in with that flag.
Because it's the only car that.
Did you guys hear about the suspect the other night that purposely drove to the LAX tunnel I told you all about, and he ditched the car in the tunnel and got away?
Probably would have seen that.
These people know now, man. Suspects are evolving. That tunnel off of Imperial that goes under, helicopters, LAX airspace can't follow it. If there's no sheriff's department helicopters and they're in tracking mode, you can get away by ditching the car in that tunnel. Someone just did it the other night.
On this one, and it has been going so slow. I really feel like there could be a good opportunity for a spike strip, but LAPD, in a lot of ways, as we know, they've really been under a microscope.
Suspects have been
over the last
watching
couple of
film
years, more so than probably any other law enforcement agency, and it just seems like they've been taking
watching film like they're in the lab
with a lot
the
of
head
these
coach.
pursuits. So. We haven't seen a pit maneuver. We haven't heard any talk about that. We haven't seen a real spike strip attempt or any talk about that. We've seen some marathon pursuits go where LAPD, they stick with it even though it could get dozens
Marathon
of miles out of their
pursuit.
jurisdiction. They want
When
to
was
stick
the
with
last
it
time we had a
and
marathon
and they will
pursuit?
just follow it.
I don't have anything to do
However
until like
long it has to go without them
7-ish
doing
o'clock,
anything
so
that's going to
I'm
endanger
here.
the public.
I'm locked the fuck in. I'm ready for it.
LAPD
Trained for this, built for this.
Recent memory.
Yeah, just this week, didn't we have a report that said they did a study of pursuits all around the country that unless it was a very serious
A lot of people have been getting
offense,
away.
you
A lot of people have been getting away lately.
Pursuit, is that right, Mike?
Tracking mode, they just lose it and they let it go.
Be looked at, and one of them is what's the seriousness of the want here, and also how fresh is it? Fresh meaning how recently did it happen? And we believe that the theft of this vehicle either happened in front of an officer or very near, that they responded very near the time it happened. Obviously close enough to where they were able to kind of catch it in the act or something to that effect. So, and the other thing too, when we talk about pit maneuvers and spike strips and, the vehicles that can do it, I'm also curious, obviously there are things that the LAPD knows that we don't know, right? And the LAPD in the past
plants, those
not
people that
conducted
ran
any of
into
those
the
things,
drugstore or something,
because there are
they got
officer
away.
safety concerns. Obviously when you spin somebody around like that, if there's any reason to believe they're armed, which we have a decent reason to believe that based on what was thrown out of the car, then they won't do that. You don't want to spin a suspect around and have him facing you when he's potentially armed. Right. So, while yes, Des is right that they may have, that LAPD definitely has gotten a little bit more conservative in some of their tactics in recent years, there also could be a safety concern, and the pit maneuver has not been authorized because, as we've been talking, you have that same unit from the LAPD, that 77th unit that is right there. We have gone through I think like 5 or 6 different divisions of the LAPD so far, and they have not swapped out that unit. The 77th station has stayed with it. If they wanted to bring in a unit that maybe they were less worried about the damage to the patrol car, they certainly could have done that by now. They definitely could have made that choice to swap out those cars and to do that. So my guess is a pit maneuver has probably been denied by the watch commander for whatever reason that they've decided, possibly that they think this person is armed or the seriousness of the crime. They're worried that they could put officers at risk if you spin them around like that. Now, same thing with a spike strip. You're still putting an officer in front of the car when you do a spike strip. So it's hard to tell exactly what the conversations are with LAPD's command staff that are, obviously in charge of this. There is a sergeant. Usually the most rear vehicle in a pursuit package is the sergeant. And then, of course, you've got the watch commander at the station that is also monitoring it. And the watch commander of the station will make the ultimate call on what goes on and what happens here. And again, depending on the want, you could have detectives involved in this if this was something that they had been looking for this person for a little while, or if this was just a fresh stolen vehicle and robbery, which we kind of think that it is. So there's a lot of different factors in play here, but I think the fact that the LAPD has not swapped out any of their units that are in this, have not requested CHP, I think those are all very conscious decisions by the department.
And they probably wouldn't do it.
Did you guys get all that?
Traffic, and also
good job by
the agitation that we've seen.
Mike Ryan, says his name.
That looks here,
we getting off? This feels like a hezzy. Oh, we are getting off now.
Show our viewers this again.
Okay,
this
that is an off
it
ramp.
looks as though that suspect, you saw it right
this is not the time
to
be showing a
replay.
Go back to the chase.
But we cannot say for certain. We're also showing you some other video here where that person seemed to get a little agitated, started rummaging through items in this car.
Slow speeds here on the off
So they're
ramp.
rummaging through notebooks or books, throwing them out of the window. But the big concern there
come to a
was
stop
that
now.
Item that went out of the sunroof.
Good job by
that,
Desmond
dark,
Shaw getting
heavy
over
object
this.
that they threw out. We're watching now as the car is stopped there briefly, getting off
Now what?
of the 10.
And Crenshaw Boulevard.
Is there anyone in front of him?
Yes.
Crenshaw
When he
Boulevard.
kind of stopped. What? Any guess why he did that? Is there anything?
We're
ahead?
doing a
Is he
little
trying to
like
figure out
cat and mouse
straight
here.
left, right, or what to do?
Trying to figure out where to go next.
No, it's
very
it's
clearly-
weird.
Oh!
No,
Whoa!
He threw something to somebody.
Just toss something.
What?
To that guy's face.
Interesting.
What the fuck just happened?
Very interesting.
And now we take off?
Boy,
That was
go ahead,
something.
Amy.
Yeah.
Did he hit him with
And
something?
I'm wondering if another cruiser went after that guy who.
Do we know who that was?
Whatever it was that he was throwing. And I think that's the thing. They're stopping. You're wondering, are they planning something? Now he's spinning back.
Now we're spinning back and we're picking up high rates of speed as we go back to the freeway. All the LAPD vehicles are hitting U-turns. That was out of nowhere.
Who did, in fact, catch some.
That looked like he got shot or something, didn't he?
Rewind that so we can see it.
What was
There
that?
That was standing at the intersection. You see him there in the white shirt.
Oh, he tossed him something.
And then he just walks right off unsuspectingly.
He was waiting. He set that up. He was waiting for him at the bottom of the off ramp.
Checking into.
Oh, we're 4 stars now. Whatever that was, now we're a 4-star chase.
Very nonchalantly. So maybe when he was on the phone, he was on the phone.
High rates of speed here, Crenshaw Boulevard. Whatever he just dumped has him all sorts of agitated.
And the tone of this pursuit has suddenly changed dramatically.
Off-roading!
Up onto the sidewalk to get around traffic when they were going so
Off-roading!
earlier on the freeway, and now they
What has happened to this chase?
Certainly looked like a planned maneuver, and now
Oh, we're 50 miles an hour in standstill traffic.
Up on the sidewalk briefly.
Onto the sidewalk, across the median.
Here on Crenshaw again. Very normal at this time of the day.
Did y'all see that? What do you think he tossed to him?
Very dangerous for folks that are
He set up a play. He had an ally at the bottom of the off-ramp. That's why he was stopping, making sure coordinating it was there. Drives right up next to him and tosses it out the driver's side window and then takes off.
All right, let's find out a little more information from Mike Rogers.
The doors
at
are
the
opening
desk,
here. And he's taking off again.
Doors open on the LAPD 77th Division vehicle, but not the suspect.
These cars. But this is
What was he
getting,
tossing?
really difficult because you've got so much
That person
traffic on
took it
this
and
road.
ran the other way. Now we're boxing. It's a citizen's arrest. Citizen's arrest. He's boxing him in. Citizen's arrest. With the giant Dodge Charger's boxing him in.
So not what LAPD.
Ah!
Not at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Citizens got him, and now hands out the window.
Wow.
That is.
Well, a good Samaritan getting involved here. As Mike
Wow.
said, definitely not what LAPD wants. They're going to tell that person to get out of their vehicle and run for cover.
Yeah, this is not recommended, but it did work.
Absolutely. However, the good news is the hands are out the window, and it seems like that suspect just wanted to ditch whatever that was. That looked like a very planned maneuver there, a handoff.
There's an armada.
And then
They got to get the innocent driver out first. And we have an agitated driver here in the stolen Dodge Charger.
Content to finally surrender to LAPD here.
Looks like the guy in the pickup truck just stepped away, Desmond, in a white
Walking in white
T-shirt.
t-shirt.
We can't see. I think the driver got out of the truck.
This guy coming out.
What is he doing? What is this? This is one hell of an ejectocito.
If he couldn't open the door, they will. If he wasn't able to open the door,
What is he doing?
Explains all that slow
Why is he
driving,
crab walking?
just planning to
Yes.
get that guy in the right spot to do
But
it.
please pull your pants up, sir.
Not his best day coming out of the driver's
Please
side.
pull your pants up.
And I did just hear from a source that said that the Grand Theft Auto here was witnessed.
What are you
Somebody
doing?
who called it into LAPD. So it was a witnessed crime that the LAPD was notified of and then started following. And here's where we are. I'm curious to know if they got that other guy in custody as well.
Oh my goodness! I think his pants are caught on.
His
something.
pants are caught.
He's kind of stuck.
His pants are caught on the
Get
seat.
his hands up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got to get his pants off.
Gymnastics here. I don't want to zoom in anymore, just in case the second layer of clothing.
No way, no. Not the boxers.
Here, but yeah, kind of a slightly comical ending to this. If
What is happening?
Been able to open the door and come out, but I don't know. The window down, and now doing a little bit of asphalt gymnastics.
Yes,
Asphalt gymnastics.
yes, and this truck certainly stopping this car. This is, of course, not what any officer wants you to do. Not get involved.
What? Something just fell off his head. Did he puke?
The person thought that they were helping out.
Or was that his
This is not
chain?
a safe
Something
way
just
to
fell
help
to the
out.
ground.
And it is still
Oh, he's going for the chain.
interesting to find out what item was thrown to that person. Clearly, they were planning. It looked very planned, and this person was able to. We're going to try to show that to you as well, but.
We're going to start here where things got interesting right this afternoon. First, that gun toss. We're assuming it's a gun toss. This suspect wanted for robbery, grand theft, auto pursuit.
What is his leg caught on?
Here where he starts to
Okay,
grab
starts
things
throwing
from the
shit
back seat
out.
of the car. Looks like maybe the owner's manual, a map book. He thumbs through it.
What
right
is
there,
that? Dude,
tosses it
every
out the
chase.
window, doesn't
How does
need that
every
either.
chase
And then
end with
for a
something
bit of
different?
time, he looks like
For
he was trying
10
to get
years
into the
now,
backseat
man.
of the car, reaching for
It's
something
always something
before he called
different.
Police on this slow speed pursuit, and it wasn't until he finally got to this part right here.
He's gonna pass out. The dude's gonna pass out if he doesn't fix this. He's been hanging like this for 5 minutes.
I mean, it wasn't even a hard hit. He just
Oh, now he's sitting up.
his way forward.
Now he's getting blood back into his body.
And
Now
that's
he's
when
like
the driver put his hands
bowing.
up, and as Desmond was saying,
What is happening?
Important right here too on.
Very, very.
Okay, here's the handoff at the crosswalk. Crenshaw Boulevard handoff right here. Whoop.
What
was that?
Thrown to him.
Look at that handoff. Nice RPO right there. Whoa, out of the car. Now we're Patrick Starfish.
Brown,
Pants are down.
Suspect now clearly out on the road doing a little gymnastics.
What
as
is-
you said,
oh my
Desmond,
God.
To get out of that car, we're guessing that door would not open, and that is why he went through the window. But so many different elements of this pursuit. You just wonder what he threw out of the window, if it was in fact a gun, and then what did he talk to
Did
that
y'all
person?
see that
And did
tumble?
police
You guys see that
actually
roll
catch
out of the
up with that
window?
person? And look here, Juan, you've got somebody in that white truck just stuck there waiting, cannot get out of this area. That's got to be a little frightening because you don't know
What is
what's gonna
happening,
happen,
man?
But you've got a front row seat to the end of this
Yeah,
pursuit
something's not right
as
with
you
this
sit
guy.
there, stuck, not able to get out of this
Oh, man.
area here. But
Between this and
Well,
the
it looks
citizen's
like he's not gonna
arrest.
go anywhere. He is complying. They caught him with his pants down, right? That's how things are shaping up here. But officers still, I guess, trying to figure out if there's anybody else in that car too, right? The tinted windows, they're pretty dark, even though we could see the driver for a long. But those darker windows, the back window, and the back seat windows, those are dark. So I'm guessing, Mike, maybe that's part of the deal here. I mean, what's holding up the apprehension here?
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of things going on here. They're probably trying to, like you mentioned, see inside the vehicle there. But I would imagine that white truck is very concerning for them as well. This person
who's the white truck
accused of stealing this car. What's to stop him from doing it to another one? You have
two
cars in play.
What is stopping him from just jumping into the driver's seat of the citizens arrest Dodge Charger or the white Dodge Charger? There's someone in that car
that is also in play here as well. So the officers back there are coordinating a plan. I think if, on the upper right of the screen there, you kind of see that huddle of officers. They're probably coordinating. I would assume, and Des, I don't know if you can pan to the right or out a little bit. I would assume they may be either waiting for a shield, getting something out of the trunk there to be able to make their approach in the way they want, maybe less lethal. But yeah, you have that officer running back to another patrol car. I'm surprised. Are there more than just those 2 units there, Des? Yeah, there's got to be, right?
Well, yeah, we'll widen out.
Look at the traffic here. Oh my God.
Yeah, back here as well. So they're going to want to come and clear the vehicle before they take the suspect into custody. But the longer they do that, it's kind of nerve-wracking because, like you said, Mike,
right. This is not a situation that I think you go by the book. This guy is clearly not right. He's laying on hot asphalt. He could get agitated, get up and run, and then you got a serious situation on your hand if he goes for another carjack. He's a Grand Theft Auto suspect. And you've got 2 getaway vehicles within 5 feet.
Okay, now here we go. Now they're going to come.
All right, they're setting up I formation.
And once we see
clear the vehicle first.
more relaxed tone.
What did you see, Mike? Oh, you did
The less lethal.
The less
Yeah.
lethal,
You see that? You see that giant green gun?
Either shoot,
That's a non-lethal.
projectile.
Yeah, that's like a beanbag.
Okay,
So if he gets up, he's gonna
now
get the beanbags.
They're going to look in the trunk as well, but they're going to come and take this
Tasers,
solo
stuff like that.
suspect, into custody and a pretty.
Are we almost- are we code 4?
Unique ending. I'm not sure
Okay.
that I've ever seen a handoff
Oh my
like
God.
that.
We are now
before, whatever
at
that
last.
was, but all
Code
that
4.
time that the suspect seemed to kind of be bleeding away
Ridiculous
on the slow
chase,
freeway.
folks.
Certainly seemed like they were trying
Whoa.
to devise a plan to
Oh,
get whatever
okay.
it was
Pull his pants
out
up,
of their
please.
hands into someone else's hands. Of course, the suspect.
Code
has to
Drop Your
realize
Fours
there
in the
were
chat,
six
people.
guys on the ground
This
and
man
in the
is
air,
not pleased
on that suspect that
at what is
their plan
transpiring.
was never going to work.
He's walking past
Going to
it.
jail regardless.
He is not wanting to go in the vehicle.
It looks like he's yelling at the
yeah.
officers there. Very agitated still.
not pleased.
Yelling, very aggressive toward those officers there. You can
Yeah.
really see that. And, Mike, I don't know if you've been able to hear anything. Have the officers
You guys
all been
caught that?
talking
Someone said the
about
door
that
worked
other
fine.
person
He could have just
that,
opened the door
was at
instead
the
of doing
corner
that
there
whole
that, caught the item
charade.
that was thrown from.
Well, so it was interesting. I was actually on the phone with LAPD when that happened. So, obviously they were all watching it along with us. And, I'm sure officers, like I said, were hopefully going to detain that person.
I'd be pissed too if it got citizens arrest. That's like getting an ankle breaker in basketball.
There and see if we see,
And you fall over.
patrol
You're on the
cars
wrong
over
end of a
that
highlight.
Person being taken into custody. But yeah, man, this guy is not still kind of giving them a hard time getting to the back of the
Not
car.
interested in getting in the back of this
Yeah,
damn
you can see
vehicle.
he's still yelling at them. Very aggressive manner there as
Yep.
they put him in the car.
Oh, yeah.
Certainly not letting up on that.
Travel.
But they
Travel.
are getting him into that
Push off.
cruiser there.
Still trying to
after
get him
a
in.
pursuit
Almost
that,
technically code 4.
lasted about an hour and a half. Most of the time it was on the freeway.
Almost 1 hour.
He was,
We're at
see all
58
those
minutes and
doors
20
open there
seconds
of
of this
that
stream
Mercedes.
running.
I'm
Almost
sure
to
they're
the hour,
searching
we are
for
code 4
anything
people.
else that might be in
Citizens
that
arrest
car.
with a XL Dodge
did
Charger
see
out of
that other
nowhere.
man there
We've had a
sitting on the
handoff.
sidewalk
We've
in the
had
white, shirt
ripping
that, I
books
believe
and
did
throwing
get
them
out
at
of that
cops.
silver
We've done
truck that
circles
did
around
outbox
central
in this
Los Angeles in the
driver
heart of
that,
traffic here. If you haven't already followed the channel, please do before you leave. Appreciate y'all as always.
Safely, luckily,
Until
no
next time, my
accidents.
friends. Skywob signing off. I will see you. Oh, I almost forgot. I gotta put the, just for the sake of consistency, I gotta put the, busted on the screen. Birdsintheair.com for some merch if that's something that interests you. Appreciate your guys' support as always. We will see y'all soon. We'll figure out what flag that was at some point too. Deuces.